Hello and welcome to Super Bowl edition of Morning Tailgate, brought to you by Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm the host, Big B. I'm joined by my two primary hosts. Mess around, hopefully he'll join us. I know he's got a lot of running around to do these mornings. But down below us, across the sea, the Prime Moose, Tim Hendricks. How you doing?
Doing good. It's big. It's finally the game we waited for since last August. So we finally got the people who finally got the teams. Now we just get to see who decides to step up and make a name for themselves.
Yep, exactly. And then next to us, auditioning for a new defensive coordinator position for the Dallas Cowboys, our working man, Crispy Bacon. How you doing?
Doing good. It'd be cool to have a coaching job like that, but I don't think I'm ready or qualified. But
Well, I don't
who
know.
knows?
We see. You probably qualify for offense coordinator since we know how kind of they call the plays in the playoffs when the season's on the line. But
Right.
so guys, we got the big games here. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get into those. Let's get to the Hall of Fame. We're talking about that a little bit. Chris, you got the class for us, or
Yeah. Hold on. I'll get it up real quick. There's a lot of defensive players.
yeah, it was a defensive. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Here, so
No,
all
Chris is getting all the Hall of Famers from Jerry Jones. So just
yeah,
No. Okay.
got it.
I think so. Yeah, I got it.
All right, so let's rattle off those Hall of Famers, Chris.
Okay. So we have Darrell Revis,
Yep.
DeMarcus Ware, Joe Thomas, Rondé Barber, Zach Thomas, Ken Riley, Chuck Howley, Don Coryell, and Joe Kiko. I think that's how it is. But
All right. So with the Hall of Fame, we know I think it's what they vote at least 4 in for sure, as many as 10, I think. And if they get less than 4, nobody gets in. And I think that's only happened once, I believe.
they
So,
have at
guys,
least to have 4 votes.
yeah. So, what do we think of this class, Tim?
I think it's still missing a couple people. I know a little bit. Like we were talking backstage. I know Bacon and I were talking backstage before you got back on. That we were talking about the Hall of Fame and how Darren Woodson's not on. How you don't put somebody as good as Woodson was. Yeah, I'm a bit of a homer on my pick where Reggie Wayne, probably top 15 wide receivers of all time. How he's not on the list. Other than that, it's a good list. I like DeMarcus Ware. I thought DeMarcus Ware should have got in last year. The big empty question mark is and I know a lot of people are going to agree with me, is Devin Hester. Devin Hester pretty much was Deion Sanders 2.0, but he did things better than Deion. I grew up.
Wow, that's big for you to say.
I was a big Deion fan. I like the attitude he had, which is weird. I'm a Florida fan. He's from Florida State. But what Devin did, yeah, I still don't understand. The only player to return a kickoff in the Super Bowl for a touchdown, the opening kickoff. Again, against the Colts. I don't know why. We had this conversation behind stage. Everything happens bad. It's going to happen against the Colts. But yeah, I those three I think are kind of big question marks why they're not in. But I think I like the class. I really do. Don Coryell was pretty much revolutionized the passing. Basically showed made the AFL look like a superhuman league where they threw the football all over the place before the run and shoot, the before the greatest show on turf. They were scary to watch. I really I like this class. I really do.
Chris, how about you?
No, it's a good class. A lot of names I've kind of grew up in some I've watched highlights or archived games, but there's a couple names like we talked about that should have got in. Jared Allen is one of them, and I think Dwight Freeney should have been in too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the list here, and I have no problems. I mean, congrats to all of them. But some of the names I kind of Googled NFL players not in the Hall of Fame. Reggie Wayne pops up for sure. Jamal Lewis, Sean Alexander, Sterling Sharp, Eddie George, Roger Craig, which I thought he was.
No, but that's the one that bothers. That's another one that bothers me too.
Heinz
Roger Craig
Ward.
and Tom Rathman both not being in the Hall of Fame kind of
I
bothers
mean,
me.
Jim Marshall back from early Vikings days. I'm looking here see if Randall Cunningham. I mean, I think he might not have the gaudy numbers, but he sure was a running quarterback back in the day. Priest Holmes, Mike Allstott, Isaac Bruce, Steve McNair. I know his career was short, but I think he was good enough to get in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot out there that are still, not
And
in
there's
the
a
Hall
lot
of
of
Fame.
there's a lot of people in the committee that maybe didn't grow up watching these players, and that's kind of a hard thing to do, and to understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, Devin Hester was another one we talked about. Yeah, hopefully some of these guys will start getting in the Hall of Fame and see what's going on. So, all right. So the NFL handed out its yearly hardware. Let's see. Let's pull that up here.
I also have that too if you need it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with Defensive Player of the Year, Chris.
Defensive Player of the Year is Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions.
He was Defensive Player of the Year? Wow.
Yep.
For a rookie?
Oh,
Okay.
rookie?
No.
Being a
Just a
rookie,
regular.
I'm shocked that he was Defensive Player of the Year. I guess I missed
Oh,
that
oh,
one.
you want? Okay, hold on.
If that's the rookie, that's fine.
He was rookie. He was rookie. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's cool.
All right.
That's cool. Okay, it kind of shocked me. So,
All right.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, since you're on that trade.
Garrett Wilson from the Jets.
I know a lot of people I was hearing wanted Brock Purdy, but I think it came down to time in the service time, I guess you call it. So Tim, what do you think of those two awards?
I think you and I had a discussion. I want to say last Tuesday about Brock Purdy.
Yeah,
It was along the lines of if they thought of giving Ryan Braun the rookie of the year playing less than half a season, then you can get Brock Purdy rookie of the year half a season. Other than that, I like Aiden Hutchinson. I think matter of fact, preseason, I think I picked him to be rookie of the year on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, granted, Olave didn't do it for me. But
Chris, are you sure Aiden Hutchinson? Because I'm seeing here, defensive rookie years was Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, they both. Either
way.
Hutchinson is Pepsi NFL Rookie of the Year.
So
I think
the
overall
NFL honors here has.
Hutchinson was in an overall Rookie of the Year. Then you got offensive Garrett, and then Sauce Gardner's defensive.
Okay.
I see that now.
Is that the first time? Is that the first time both rookie of the years come from
A team.
the same team?
Possibly. That's got to be.
I would
That's-
think so.
But then again, we said it. He said at the beginning of the season that the Jets had an amazing had an amazing draft, and look what we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, even if it was Aiden Hutchinson was a
Yep.
monster.
Oh yeah.
Sauce Gardner was a monster. Look what Sauce Gardner did to Green Bay by himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Garrett Wilson. The Jets are going to be a team to be reckoned with for the next 5-6 years.
Especially if they end up getting a certain quarterback, could help them a little bit. But we'll get to that talk later. Chris, the Walter Payton Man of the Year. I'll give you the spotlight. Who was
it? Quarterback Dak Prescott.
Yep. So what do you think of that move there, Chris?
Not bad. I mean, he's done a lot for the community here, and
at least you guys won something since '95.
Well, I think he's like the fourth Cowboy to get Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Well, at least you're getting something. So this next one, I think could spark some debate, but I think we all can agree this person does kind of deserve it. Chris, comeback player of the year.
Geno Smith. What did he come back from?
Being mediocre?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think he did have a little injury, but
yeah, but he was also been a starter for many years.
I think the true winner should have been CMC. I mean, look what he did in
it could have been,
but
it could have been McCarthy. It could have been McCaffrey. It could have been Saquon Barkley. Yeah. But I don't argue the Geno Smith one.
I don't either. But
I don't either. I just kind of questions like, what did he come back from? That's all.
Being a backup, I think he did get injured though last year. For the first time, we got I believe first time. I've not seen this award before. Assistant Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I think that is the first time. Hold on, let me find. I'm on the same list, but I got it.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know if they created that after Arians won it. Arians had won the Coach of the Year while he was being the interim coach for the Colts when Pagano was out for
you got it, Chris?
Yeah, so it's D'Amico Ryans of the 49ers. This award has been handed out since 2014.
Wow.
And it's been, first two times it was defensive coaches, and then Dan Quinn won it the previous year. First winner was Todd Bowles.
Okay.
So.
How many of those guys have all gone on to become head coaches in the NFL? You've got Todd Bowles. Yep. You now got D'Amico Ryans. You've got Dan Quinn,
Wade Phillips, Vic Fangio.
All of them have been head coaches at one point.
Yep. And D'Amico Ryans will be too.
Yep.
Not defensive. Coach of the Year.
It was Brian Daboll. I know, right? Of the Giants.
I could hear the pain in that when he said that. No, he deserves it.
He does. But I thought either Jacksonville, they all deserved it, but Jacksonville should have had.
Jacksonville, the Lions coaches should have had it up there. Yeah. Still kind of, hurt that O'Connell wasn't even a finalist, and the Vikings went, improved. But hey, it is what it is. All right, now we get to the big stuff here. Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay. Nick Bosa.
I don't think there's any arguments there.
I don't either. But what's crazy is that Parsons didn't even get a single vote.
Well, they won. They can't win it all, Chris.
I know, but I'm just saying.
They won the Walter Payton Award.
Let's one vote.
Let's savor that one. One at a time.
Go look at how many Colts won an award this year.
but I tell you, Parsons is a beast.
Yeah, he is.
Now, this one always, I think, brings up controversy, these next two awards, because one is a quarterback award and the one is probably the true MVP award. I don't know. Offensive Player of the Year, Chris.
All right, offensive player of the year. It's your player, Big B,
Yep.
Justin Jefferson.
Yep. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the guy is electrifying. I don't know what else to say, but Tim, what do you think of the offensive player of the year?
I like it. If you're not gonna give him MVP, he goes over 1,800 yards. I think the thing that hurts him the most was I don't think he had enough touchdown catches to make him give him the MVP.
Yeah.
I think that hurts. Other than that, I think they made the right pick. I think Justin Jefferson should have been the offensive player of the year.
Yep. And
Yeah.
again, there I could have went with CMC. I mean, look what he did in San Fran. I mean, they turned around with 12-0 or a 12-game winning streak. All right, the MVP, always the biggest talk of the awards. There was every finalist was a quarterback except Justin Jefferson.
Yep.
The winner, we all know, Pat Mahomes.
His
I
second.
know there's kind of a debate between us three. Chris, what do you think?
He deserves it. Okay, sorry. There's something going across the screen here. No, it's good hire. It's a good pick, I should say, for MVP. I think we all knew either Hurts or Mahomes was going to win it. I think Hurts kind of fell back on that because he was hurt, which is unfortunate. But I guess you couldn't go wrong with either selection.
Jim?
I think a lot of us figured that vote would have been a lot closer than it was.
Yeah.
When you pretty much got a walking away MVP, you figure it wasn't even thought about. It's weird, and I think we were talking about backstage. We were talking about how valuable Jalen Hurts actually is to the Eagles. They only lost once under Jalen Hurts, and it just proves that how many times they lost with Gardner Minshew as their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he's that by itself should be the definition of most valuable player. I don't question Patrick Mahomes.
No.
I think it's still I still think it's a good MVP. I just think the race should have been a lot closer than it was.
And that might be what shocked everybody because, I mean, we talked all year. Who's your MVP? Oh, it's Mahomes. Next week, oh, it's Allen. Oh, it's Hurts. Oh, Jefferson's up there. All these people we kept throwing out there. Even at, end of the year, we're still kind of like, man, I don't know who it could be. Mahomes, yeah, he earned it. Hurts definitely should have earned it. He only lost one game this year, but it is what it is. So congrats to all those winners. I don't recall. I should try to find my notes, but I don't think we had any. Jefferson, I think we all probably had as offensive player of the year, but I don't think we had a lot of those other ones. All right, so let's get into the coaching carousel that's happening. Jobs are being filled way before the Super Bowl. I'm kind of shocked. Normally they wait till towards the Super Bowl, but
Houston just got an OC.
What's that?
Houston just got an OC, an offensive coach.
Oh, did you get called?
No.
So, okay, let's start there. Who's the new OC in Houston there, Chris?
I think it's Don Solak. I'm not sure where he was previously at, but they just hired him a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
That's why I got distracted. I was watching the TV and it came across, so it's like.
All right.
That's Bacon, always doing his job while doing his job.
Trying to multitask, I guess.
All right, so Carolina Panthers fired Matt Rule in the middle of the season and then traded everybody and turned it on. And they went out and got Frank Wright. Tim?
Well, if you like gunslingers as a coach, Frank Reich is the epitome of a gunslinger. That's like if you wanted to give Brett Favre the head coaching job. I don't know. After a while, I got frustrated with Frank Reich. If you like going for it on 4th and goal and not kicking the field goal and giving away wins, then he's your guy. I tell you, it's fun to watch because he's got a balls to the wall type of attitude, but eventually that ends up losing you football games. He's
Yeah. No, I'm and I'm still kind of shocked that Steve Wilkes didn't get it. I mean, he turned that team around after they started trading. They started winning. So Chris, what did you think of that hire?
Not a bad hire. I mean, surprisingly during the NFL season, we got where that Matt Rule was not going to be a Carolina head coach anymore. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but I think Frank Wright's going to be a good coach. For this season, and maybe more seasons to come, depending on how it goes. But it's going to be interesting this coming season.
The Houston Texans, after 1 year, fired Lovie Smith because they lost the first overall pick, and they hired D'Amico Ryans, as we talked about. So, Chris,
Yeah.
what do you think there?
You know,
And he's going back home. The Texans drafted him, so.
Well, both Reich and Ryans are coming back home.
Yep.
To their respective areas. Now D'Amico Ryans is going to be a good coach. I think there's going to be some rough patches through the season. It's his first time, leading a team by himself, so to speak. I mean, he has offensive coaches and defensive coaches, but he's kind of doing this all on his own. I think Lovie Smith, I've heard he lost the locker room with his players. And then I've also heard that when they had, or that loss, I can't remember, what the scenario was, but, they missed out on that first round draft pick. So I've heard different stories about his firing and, whichever one it wasn't good. But I think D'Amico Ryans is going to be a good coach. There's going to be some rough patches.
Yeah, but the thing is after 1 year, I mean, what do you judge it on? So, Tim, what do you think?
Well, you saw what D'Amico Ryans did in San Francisco with that defense, and yeah, San Francisco, that defense kind of helped out with the Brock Purdy situation. He's definitely got a great mind for football. You saw that when he was with the Texans when he was a player. You can see it again as when he got the defensive coordinator job in San Francisco. I think things are going to be looking up for Houston. Yeah, like you said, there's going to be some rough patches, but we're looking at a team if they can put some people in on that roster, they could become deadly. I'm not saying Jacksonville Jaguars deadly, but I'm just saying they could win a couple more games next year.
Yep. No sure doubt. And then the big one, again, another coach that got fired after 1 year, but I think the writing was on the wall since he did get who everybody thought they were going to get at quarterback. Sean Payton goes to Denver to replace I can't speak today. Hackett. Tim, what do you think of that one?
I hope it works out. It just seems like Denver leveraged so much the last 2 years between Sean Payton and last year Russell Westbrook. What is the GM going to put around them? They don't have any equity. They've given equity away, you've got a thing where this was last year where you're all in. You're in for the Super Bowl in the next 2 years, or you're in trouble. You're in the basement of the West. I don't know. I'm thinking you're in the basement of the West now because you don't got anything to give Peyton. You really don't. I think Peyton's in over his head. As much as I love Peyton as a coach, I think he's in way over his head.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying since they don't have equity. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where they go. Chris, what do you think of the Denver Broncos there?
Yeah, it's an interesting hire. Many teams kind of reached out to Peyton and wanted him as their coach. He picked Denver. He said he always wanted to during this coaching hire go to Denver, even
Oh,
though
okay.
Denver said he was like the second or third option. I can't remember. But I think a lot of people think that, at least in Denver, well, you kind of rebuilt Drew Brees when he went to New Orleans. You went to New Orleans and kind of found a coaching player bond there, and they think that he can do the same thing with Wilson, which he could, but it'll be telling to see if it will work or not. If it's Wilson having issues or it's just coaching.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting there. See if we get a reincarnated um
Drew Brees.
no, yeah, well, yeah, in Russell Wilson. That's what I was trying to get at. So I got a couple of job openings. Arizona Cardinals. I've not seen any candidates yet, but Tim, what do you think of that job opening?
It's interesting. It's an interesting because it's weird. I think how long was I can't remember how long Kingsbury was there. Was he like a year? He was there 4 years.
Yeah, he was 28, 37, 1 over 4 years.
I think what you've got a problem. There's still a question mark on is Kyler Murray going to be ready for week 1?
Yep.
I don't think so.
So you're already behind the 8 ball. You need a coach that's willing to step in. You've lost your best player on defense, your best player on offense. You got Hopkins that wants to be traded out of Arizona. You're in for a mess there. Like Bacon, like Crispy and I were saying backstage, whoever Indy doesn't take, Arizona's probably going to take.
Yeah, Chris, what's your thoughts on the Cardinals job?
Yeah, I think it's going to be depending on tonight's game. If
Okay.
I think it's down between the Eagles and the Kansas City offensive coaches. Whoever Arizona picks or Indy picks, the other one will probably pick up.
Okay. No, that's a good thing. Yeah, Arizona's one of those teams where, if they give you time, it's probably a good fit. But if they're in it to win it now, I'm not touching the job because they don't got the team right now to win it right now. And of course, if they did, they probably would have let Kingsbury go already. So
And Arizona might be trading Hopkins.
yeah,
So
exactly.
you don't have a receiver at the
Unless
moment.
unless you can get a coach in there that can talk Hopkins into not requesting a trade.
Yeah.
You can go out and get a serviceable quarterback just in case Murray doesn't come back, and you sign some good players. Yeah, but I mean the key is to get your top flight receiver on board. And then the other team, Tim, your Colts. Who's it looking like?
Right now, what I want and what's going to happen are probably two different things. I want Bieniemy, the
Yep.
offensive coordinator for Kansas City, but it's probably going to be the offensive coordinator from Philadelphia. At this point, I'd like either one because it's not bad because the offensive coordinator for Philly is learned under Sirianni, and Sirianni was the offensive coordinator in Indy before he went to Philadelphia. I'd like to say either one's not bad. I'm just curious. We need more of an offensive minded coach. Yeah, we had Frank Reich. Yeah, great. As long as we don't have Jeff Saturday, I'm happy.
Oh, that was going to be my next question.
No.
All right, so Saturday's
I don't care if Shaq Leonard says, "Oh no." He made horrible decisions. I'm sorry, Shaq. You watched that game from the sidelines, not in the huddle. So I know that. No, I liked it.
No, I was going to ask what your thoughts if they would have hired Saturday, but I guess we got them.
Be a bad idea.
It would be better if it if he had won more games, though, that's the key. But
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was 1-6 and 6 straight losses. So yeah, I mean, if he would have won 7-0, then Tim's probably saying he's the next greatest coach on earth. But
No. There are people that would say, "Oh no, he's going to take us to the promised land." No. We don't have a
All right.
quarterback. We don't have a quarterback, let alone a coach. So
oh,
So Tim, before we get into the big stuff, how many prime fives you got for us today?
I've got two.
Let's do one right now.
All right, since today is Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm going to give you the smaller of the two prime fives.
All right.
As everybody knows, there's only 4 teams that have never made the Super Bowl. So I
there's
decided,
more.
huh?
I thought there's more.
No,
That have never made it.
that never made the
Oh,
Super
okay.
Bowl.
Okay.
There are 12 that have made the Super Bowl and haven't won. that one I remembered, but I took it and I figured out who out of the 4 are going to be the first teams to make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I like this.
So there's only 4, so I gave you the short one. I got the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans, as we just discussed, they just brought in a new head coach. So unless they decide to have some Herculean type of feat next year and find a way to win the South to make it, they're not making the Super Bowl. That's just not going to happen. The Cleveland Browns, well, the Cleveland Browns are the Cleveland Browns. They're their own joke at this point. You know, Cleveland. If you talk about the Super Bowl and the Cleveland Browns, you know they're going. That's not going to happen. Which makes really happy for the next 2 teams because everybody thinks, oh, the Super Bowl and the Detroit Lions. The only reason that the Lions will be at the Super Bowl is because they're hosting it. But I think with what we've seen this year, I think Detroit has a good possibility of going to the Super Bowl here in the next 7 to 8 years. Yeah. I think they've got everything working in the right direction.
Finally.
And this one, finally, yeah. You know how long it's been waiting for since Barry Sanders and yeah. This one hurts me because it's got to go through my team to do it. And if a certain person from another network hears this, I'm going to deny it, completely deny it. And it's the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars,
that came close.
They made the playoffs, which by itself is scary. Which we figured, like we've all had this discussion that we all shocked that they made the playoffs. They shouldn't have made the jump that they did, and we counted them out mid-season. This team, it's a weak AFC South. It's an absolute weak AFC South, and Jacksonville could easily put up 11 wins, 12 wins. Now, remind you, I'm denying this later. That they could win 12 games, and they could honestly, and they've got a great coach in Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson knows how to win a Super Bowl. So what's to say he can't recreate that in Jacksonville?
And the thing is, Jacksonville's been around since mid-90s, and they've knocked on the door a couple times, so.
Yep.
Well, no, I like that, and we'll get to the other one here shortly. Since it is Super Bowl, probably one of the biggest betting games of the day or the year is the Super Bowl, I believe. So I pulled up the prop bets here. Tell me if you would bet these if you could. And so the national anthem is coming in plus 145. That'll last 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I don't care to bet on the national anthem. I mean, everybody does their own thing. So
it's going to be over. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's going to be over.
Oh, I wish I had a piece of paper now. Write these down. I think it's going to be over. She likes to sing and drag it out a little bit.
It's going to be over.
The opening kickoff will be a touchback. No, at plus 130.
It's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, I think we're going to be
way
a touchback.
Over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bet on that if I could.
All right. The coin toss is at a tie. Heads or tails? It's at negative 101. So
it's going to be tails.
All right. Oh, that's the only bets I get. Oh no,
Tails,
the color of the
which I got an
Gatorade
interesting
that's
number
going to
on
be
that one.
splashed on the
But
coach is going to be the favorite's blue at 400.
None.
None?
I don't think they're going to splash him.
Really?
Yeah.
Tip, breaking
Splash who?
news.
Who's your pick?
Colts are
What?
targeting Eagles OC Shane Denton as their
Yeah.
next coach, informing other candidates of their decision. Just coming in.
Really?
Yep. Just
Yeah, I
came
just
over
got it
my
too.
phone. Yep.
Mine too, just a minute ago.
You guys.
I think it's going to be orange, by the way, for Gatorade.
Not
you
green
know,
Because
or
Colts
orange?
is going to get splashed. You know he's going to get splashed.
Or
I'm
slime.
just wait. It's going to happen. He ain't going to get splashed. The
All
head
right.
coach, the head coach, or the offensive coordinator.
It doesn't say. It just says.
Yeah. But now you got to start thinking, right?
It'll be the head
All
coach.
right. Let's see here. Penalties accepted. Over 10.5 plus 105. Under 10.5, 135.
Over.
Over.
You think it's gonna be over 11? Yeah, because this
They're the most
Well, you
penalized
saw-
teams, I think.
You saw San Francisco. You saw the San Francisco Philadelphia game, and that was. I could easily see that being like 13 or 14 accepted penalties.
I have a
That was
feeling
over
we'll
in
get
the
a lot
first
of
quarter.
penalties early, and then probably midway through the third and fourth quarter, where they're going to lose their whistles.
Yep.
I think the second quarter you'll see it.
It's in the script.
What?
It's in the script.
Oh, it's in the script. Yeah, we'll get to that too.
Oh no.
Let's see.
Thanks.
Accepted penalties committed by the Chiefs, 4.5 at 125 or under 4.5 at 105.
Over.
Oh,
I think it's going to be 6. I
I
think
don't
it's
think
going to
you
be like
could go under.
I think it's going to be like 6
Okay.
because it's the Eagles, and the Eagles really get in the mind games of their opponent. So I really think it's going to be over.
The first touchdown scored, Dallas.
Dallas, sweet. Dallas is going to get something in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Go get 12.5. The tight end for. Oh no, he's not tight end.
Tight end, Dallas Goddard is
Oh,
for Philadelphia.
Dallas. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
See?
MVS, the former Packer receiver, at 20-1. And that's the only two they give me. I figured they would give me
Really?
more. I think the first touchdown is going to be a big name guy. It's either going to be Mahomes or Hurts running it in, or we're going to get a passing touchdown.
No, I think it's if
I think it's going to be a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going to give you two people. If the Eagles win the coin toss, it's going to be Miles Sanders. If the Kansas City Chiefs win the coin toss, it's going to be Isaac Vaquero.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. Let's see here. Defensive sack totals. I'm guessing they're saying both 5.5, over 5.5 plus 104.
Ooh. Ooh.
I think it's going to be under. These quarterbacks can run.
Yeah, I think it's going to be under. Might be 4. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
gonna be
Super Bowl
under.
MVP, Mahomes is favored. But that's not the list I wanted. I wanted the.
I think
Go
it'll
ahead,
be
Chris.
one of the Kelsey brothers. I think it'll be one of the Kelsey brothers.
If Jason gets a touchdown at the center position, that'd be cool. That'd be
No.
awesome.
Good.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I don't know.
Because I think it's rare that the NFL MVP has become Super Bowl MVP, but I'm not
I think
100% sure on
I
that.
think it's like happened like 5-6 times, maybe. Maybe.
All right, so here's some more. The first scoring play, Eagles touchdown looks like plus 175. Chiefs touchdown will be 200. Eagles field goal plus 375. 375 for Colts. Eagles safety at 6,000 and a Chiefs safety at 6,000.
Yeah, I'm not betting on the safety.
I'm not betting on the safety
Oh,
either.
if I had $5 to throw on there, why not? But
$5 and $5 to win 1,500, 15,000. You said 3,000, right?
Plus 6,600.
That's you put $5 on that. That's holy jeez.
You're looking at about
33,000.
What? 33,000? Yeah.
33,000.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see here. Just trying to find some other ones. God, I wish I would have kept that list I had yesterday.
So if you do like a 3-game or a 3-pig parlay, it'd be like
that number's gonna be
265.
huge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
number would be
If you do
huge.
long shots and throw safety in there, man, you won't be seeing me tomorrow. I can't find the list I had. I had a good one that had like everything on there. But here's a parlay for you, or here's a bet that I know is a definite long shot, and I would throw $5 if somebody gave me a parlay like bet whatever you got in your wallet. I got $5 in my wallet right now.
Oh God, I don't want to bet that.
I'm putting it on both Kelsey's scoring a touchdown today. I know it's going to be hard for Kelsey, the center, to score, but I'm telling you what, if I'm that Kelsey and my brother is scoring, I'm telling my coach I want to score a touchdown.
I'm going to tell you this. This is going to be funny. Do you know how they do this? Remember the last time the Philadelphia Eagles won a Super Bowl?
The Philly
Right?
special.
The Philly special, but you bring in your backup center, put him in at the center spot. You fly out, you put out Jason Kelsey as the tight end. You make him an eligible receiver, and you just have him roll out. They did that to Klecko all the time. They always did that. Just roll him out into the center, right? And it can be done.
You know what I could see them doing too is making him an eligible receiver from the center position. And everybody's like, well, how is this going to work? And then he just kind of does like a tight end rollout. He blocks, and then maybe they have the fullback or somebody come in to help him block, and he kind of sneaks through the huddle there, and he just kind of rolls out a couple yards out there.
This tells you how slow the apps are to getting from the United States to Italy. I just got the Indianapolis Colts. I got 2 notifications for the Indianapolis Colts possibly hiring. One says they're hiring him come Monday. The other one saying they're eyeing him. And I'm looking at it going, I just got that.
Yeah. All right. So here's some more. Okay. So let's see here. So we covered that one. To score 2 touchdowns, Kelsey's the favorite at plus 450, Hurts 550, Isaac
Pacheco, yeah.
Miles Sanders 700, AJ Brown 700. Tony, wide receiver, I don't know, first day plus 1,000.
Who?
Some Tony, a receiver.
Kadarius Toney.
I don't know the last. I can't pronounce the first name. So
Kadarius Toney. He's a. Why do you pick the guys that used to play for my team on college? Because he used to be the guy that was at New York. That was Kadarius Toney.
Okay.
He was drafted out of Florida.
Okay.
I think you have something in for me. I really do.
I would take Kelsey. I think Kelsey's going.
I'd take Kelsey too. Kelsey or Miles Sanders. I think those two are.
And they got Hurts in here, so I don't know if they're thinking. It just says score 2 touchdowns, so they consider it a passing or rushing touchdown. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Touchdowns?
I wouldn't bet on that because it's too vague. Of a bet.
Yeah. But the thing is, what's funny is they don't have Mahomes in there, so are they thinking Mahomes is going to have an off day, or they
don't think he's going to scramble. I think they're going to try to keep him as stationary as they can.
So to score 3 touchdowns.
Oh gosh.
Kelsey's up there, Hurts is up there, Miles Sanders.
It's definitely on there.
McKinnon's up there, Jarrett McKinnon at plus 9,500 to score 3 touchdowns. Well, if that's the case, Kelsey ain't scoring two or three.
I'm thinking under.
Yeah, I'm not touching that one. Super Bowl MVP, of course, Mahomes, Hurts, Kelsey, Brown, Smith.
I'm gonna go Kelsey. I think Kelsey.
Yeah, I think if Kelsey gets the 2 touchdowns, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see, passing yards. I'm not going to touch with.
No, Hurts. No, because Mahomes will outpass.
Yeah. Players receiving yards. Kelsey, over under 78.5 at 144.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially if Mahomes can't run, Kelsey can't get open that quick. So I might go under on that.
I might go under on that too.
McKinnon, 22 receiving yards. McKinnon, 22.5.
Oh, he's going over. I think
He's going over on that one, I think. Total player receptions, AJ Brown, 5.5 is a plus 102 to go over.
That should be over.
Yep, Kelsey, 7.5 at 106.
That should be under.
Oh man, I don't know. I think they're going to target him quick and early.
I think he's getting 6. I think he's getting 5 or 6. And they're all. And I think half of them are going to be in the red zone.
Yeah. Oh, definitely they're going to be in the red zone. So, let's see. Well, that's it for the prop bets. So, guys, we got about 10 or so minutes. Tim. Yeah. So let's start with the Eagles. What's it going to take for the Eagles to win, Tim? Without giving your prediction away right now.
Do what they did against San Francisco by taking out all their quarterbacks. No. That was absolutely embarrassing. No, I think if they go with the run, they stick with the run. Do the dink dunk mid passes, and then that occasional, because Jalen Hurts isn't afraid to throw down the field, and you saw that against San Francisco. I think what they did against San Francisco, I think they game planned well for San Francisco. I think that same game plan is going to work well for Kansas City.
Okay, Chris, what do you think the Eagles will have to do to win?
Oh, don't do what Dallas did. No, just play how you've been, in the playoffs. Maybe win that coin toss. Because I feel like that's a decision maker who wins the coin toss.
It might be, but yeah, I'm with Tim. I think whatever they did last week to neutralize the quarterbacks. I know, Mahomes is not Purdy, not Josh Johnson, but if you could put him under duress and stress, I mean, we're definitely looking at that. All right, Tim. What's it going to take for Kansas City to win?
I think you have to punch them in the mouth. You have to come out right off the top. I think Mike Tyson says it's best. You got a great game plan until you get punched in the mouth. I think what you need to go do against Philadelphia is I think you need to strike quick. You need to strike often. You got to put that defense on its heels because that Eagles defense is a really good defense, and Kansas City's got the weapons, but to go against that defense, if you do it right, this should be a shootout. But you have to keep the Eagles defense on their toes. As for the defense needs to play a containment against Jalen Hurts. If they play contain to keep everything in front instead of him trying to roll out, I think you got a really good shot at keeping this close enough that you can win.
All right, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City's pretty talented. Mahomes, he's talented too, but I think you have to have, everything covered. Have your game plan, but if this happens, have this plan. If not, you have something else. But because I know they have the offense, can they have the defense for this game? We've seen it a couple times this year. Can they have that same defense?
Yeah, exactly. That's my big question for Kansas City. If they can put the defense together and stop Hurts, like Tim said, kind of keep Hurts in the front of them instead of to the sides, and strike quick. Like Tim said, I thought he was going to go to Cobra Kai a little tangent there, but strike first. Definitely. If you got the ball quick, don't punt. Go right down there and stick it to them right away. Even if it's a quick 2-minute drive, you score. A bust out running play or you throw it deep. Definitely going to get the Eagles backpedal a little bit. But before we get to our predictions, Tim, is there something you want to see today happen, or what could you see happening today?
I could see this. I could see Philadelphia going wire to wire in this. I think Philadelphia. I'd like to see a good game. It, I I'm going to be half asleep. I'll be honest because it's going to be 12:30 here when the
Yeah.
game starts. But I'm just hoping for a good game. I like Super Bowls that are good, that aren't blowouts, not the Denver Washingtons of the '90s or
Yeah.
the Chargers 49ers of the '90s. But
Yeah.
I want a good close game. I want a game that it's going to be right there, tooth and nail to the all the way at the wire. To me, that it's just a fun game.
Yep, Chris, what do you want?
I want a big scoring game and entertaining game.
Yep, that's exactly what I want. How many times are you going to show Kelsey's mom on the screen today?
That should be a prop bet.
I think it is. I couldn't find it. It probably is.
At least once.
Five, 6 times, but it's got to be. But you can only count that. Are you counting that pregame to postgame? Or are you counting that from kickoff to?
Oh no, it's got to be kickoff to the end of the game.
Okay. During the game, I will during in our group, I will make sure I will run that number through. You will know when I have fallen asleep is when that number doesn't come anymore.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I think they're going to show her quite a bit, especially if the Kelsey's scoring and but we also know I think it's the Eagles Kelsey's too. His wife's due to give birth, and there's a bet out there that is he going to leave if she gives birth?
He's not leaving. He's not. This could be his last game. He's not going anywhere. He's probably going to get to. Jalen's probably going to go, dude. You have a boy. I don't care.
Well, it depends on how big the score is. Maybe
you're going to see. You're going to see like his teammates like pulling him off, trying to get him to go to the locker room, and he's fighting.
He starts swinging. He gets swinging for unsportsmanlike conduct against his own team.
No. That would be a tough decision. I mean,
No, it's not.
It would actually be because you're in the Super Bowl.
I'd ask for
family obligations. So it's like,
what's that, Tim?
I'd ask for a divorce right after that. How dare you? How dare you give birth during the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Yeah. All honesty aside, or all funniness aside, I think it would be a tough decision to make.
It would.
It would be.
I guarantee they've talked about it, and if he leaves, it was agreed upon. If he stays, it was agreed upon. So
right.
Yeah. Kelsey's mom might dart out of there though.
She might be gone, and then we know why the numbers stopped coming.
Yeah. So, all right, Chris.
Yeah.
Score and who's going to win?
We'll go 40-37 Kansas City.
Ooh. Tim.
You could Crispy, you should have did what I did last week and run a simulation on Madden 23 at all Madden. I did it with the jerseys, the right jerseys. I did it with the right field, the right time, and I got 28-20 Philadelphia.
Ooh.
That's still close.
I'm going Philly too. I don't really want to, but I just think Philly's a better team. And I think they can contain Mahomes, but KC strikes quick. KC can win this. I'm going 37-34. I'll do what the script said.
My whole house is going for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just think Philly's a better team.
I think they are too. And it was because they beat the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's why they took them. That's why they took them. Any team that can beat the Vikings can win the Super
Yep.
Bowl.
Oh, they didn't beat the Vikings. They destroyed the
They
Vikings.
crushed the
so,
Vikings.
Yeah. All right, Chris, final thoughts.
Yeah, hope it's a good game, high scoring game. Thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. As for the number 1 seed, they have won the Super Bowl 53% of the time, but it'll be 100% chance today.
Yep. That's why we pay Chris the big bucks to get those stats out there.
There you go.
Tim, final thought.
He gets the good M&Ms. I get the peanut M&Ms. He gets the king size M&Ms because he's got to get the stats. Thank you everybody for watching. Greg, Marty. I hope you guys enjoy this show. I hope I didn't miss anybody else in the comments. But be safe, have fun. If you guys want to go out, please be safe and get back so you can watch us again next week or everything that we've got.
Yep.
We don't want to hear of stupidity.
Nope.
Other than that, have fun, enjoy the game, and we'll see you soon.
Unless you made a bad pick on the bet.
So,
But
keep tuning in to see. I can't even think of where I'm at now. Coast to Coast Entertainment Network all week long. We got great shows.
Yep.
Mine and Tim's Valentine's show, C2C Rankin, will have Valentine theme to it. This week, Chris, I believe Wednesday, 10 Central, in the Den with the Cougars. Our weekly show, we're going to start bringing that up. We're going to hopefully have some players on, have some of those interviews that we had a few weeks ago, replay them and have Coach Hoffman on for a while. And the Cougars start their season April 22nd, I believe it is, up in Seattle. So check that out. With that being said, you guys have a great Super Bowl, and we'll see you next week for Morning Tailgate. Have a good one.